What's good, everybody, man? This is your guy, Manny. And I got my mini me, Zeke, with me as always. Say what up to the people. Say what up. Yeah, man. So we're going to be talking NBA Finals. Um, was a I won't say it was a great match, but I wasn't really impressed with the matchup. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, this NBA Finals is definitely lacking star power. And when you're lacking star power, this is what you guys get. You know what I'm saying? We got Ladarius in the building. What's good? What's good, man? We got my guy Hawk in the building, man. What's good, man? Just wanted to get on here, man. I missed you guys. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. So wanted to talk NBA Finals. And I was looking at the stats last night because, when you watch the game and you're not interested in the game, and, for whatever reason it is, my team is not in it. And then to me, it lacks superstars. It lacks the stars. It lacks what we want to see. Everybody wanted to see the Nets versus the Lakers, and we're getting, the Bucks versus the Suns. And, obviously you have new superstars coming up in terms of Devin Booker. He's up and coming. DeAndre Ayton he looked awesome last night. He's an up and coming guy as well. But outside of that, you really don't see anything that makes you interested in this game. Giannis came back, so thank God for that, because I was not interested in seeing Drew Holiday and Middleton versus the Suns. So let me see. It says, Manny, is this time? Is it just me, or CP3 and Booker just unlikable? Yeah. CP3, he's not to me, like, I'm not a CP3 fan. We definitely could have had him in LA for the Lakers, but we don't know how that went down. But yeah, CP3, he's not a likable guy at all. Devin Booker, I kind of like Devin Booker. I'm kind of mad that they beat my squad, but with Devin Booker, he's an up and coming star. He is fun to watch, but he's not there yet in terms of like that next star. He can become another personality kind of like Steph Curry. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. CP3, he's not, I don't, it's kind of hard to like a guy like CP3. It just, I mean, it really is. It says, come on, LG. How could you not like the Phoenix Drake? He said the Phoenix Drake. Yeah, man. Devin Booker, man, look, he's definitely up and coming. He's definitely, one of them guys, that's going to be facing the NBA. I mean, sorry to say it, but Devin Booker, he's coming. He's coming. And people talk about how Devin Booker reminds them of Kobe. Kobe being my favorite NBA player of all time. Number 2 for me all time is Dirk Nowitzki, but Kobe is my guy, man. Kobe is the reason why I became a Lakers fan. So I can kind of see some comparisons of why they can say Devin Booker reminds them of a Kobe. So CP3 is ready to seize the moment. Yeah, CP3 went bananas. And we're going to get into what he did. CP3 is showing me a lot. You know what I'm saying? CP3, I've never seen him play the way that he's been playing in these playoffs, starting from the last series and the finals. I mean, he's playing unbelievable. Since I just wish that Giannis was 100%, it's clear that he's not himself. This is injured. Yeah. The Suns have played nothing but injured people. First round, AD. No AD, right? The second round, no Jamal Murray. Third round, no Kawhi. So at least Giannis was able to play. I'm glad that Giannis was able to play, because the Suns, I will say that I will not say that they have skated their way through the playoffs, but they've had, I mean, they're playing the hand that they're dealt, and they're playing it well. You know what I'm saying? The Suns have been blessed. They've been blessed to not face a tough opponents, or, look, it is what it is. Like, look, I'm hating right now because when I look at the Suns, I see the Lakers being in that same position where the Suns are right now. I mean, going against a Denver team without Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray makes that team tick. Michael Porter Jr. was definitely not ready, for the playoffs. He was definitely not ready for the big stage. So the Suns have just been sliding, man. They just been sliding through. says Booker. Yeah, Booker shoots 4 for 14 every night and plays little to no defense. It's hard and definitely not Kobe. I mean, I feel you, man. I feel you. Matter of fact, last night, Booker, his numbers were terrible. So let's look at the Phoenix Suns numbers. I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, I was looking at Booker last night, and I was like, he didn't do anything. You know, you would think that he would have stepped up, but he did nothing. He did nothing at all. So yeah, Devin Booker shot 8 for 21. He was 1 for 8 from 3. Now the free throws, he was bailed out. You know what I'm saying? You look at Devin Booker and how he gets to the line. He's starting to look like a James Harden in terms of getting to the line. He's getting every call, and it's crazy. Hawk says, after everything CP3 has been through, and for all the super teams that has been assembled, you got to appreciate this one. Look, if CP3 wins, good for him. If he loses, I care less. Like I said, I care nothing about CP3. I care nothing about the Phoenix Suns. But hey, if they win, they win. It's just one of those things. I mean, when Toronto that broken down Golden State Warriors team, a lot of us was excited to see the Golden State Warriors go down because they've been winning for so long. So it's kind of the same thing here. The Bucks are a good team. They've been a good team for the past 3 years, and this year is the year that they're finally, definitely, getting things together and then taking that next step. So, Ladarius says, "Did you hear something about the Lakers deal working on Kuzma, KCP, and the 22nd pick for DeRozan?" Look, that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. I will take any second-tier star if you're getting rid of Kuzma, KCP in the first. I mean, you're probably going to see a deal like this. I think that DeRozan is a perfect fit with LeBron and AD. But guess what, though? If you're losing KCP and you're losing Kuzma, KCP was one of probably maybe their best defender. So, but KCP he's replaceable. You can find another guy that can bring what KCP brings to the table. DeRozan is going to be a mid-range king, so spacing is also going to be a problem with DeRozan coming in. KCP was the best three-point shooter for the Lakers last year. Kuzma in the regular season was good, and the playoffs was terrible, so that's another piece that you're going to be missing, but it's definitely worth it, to get a DeRozan, because DeRozan is still a legit all-star. So if they make this happen, I'll be excited. If they can now trade Dennis Schroeder to bring in just another piece, just a sign and trade, just so that we don't lose him for nothing, I'll be excited about that as well. Ladarius said the Hawk must have forgotten CP3 played on a super team with the Clippers and Rockets. Let me see. The Clippers, I won't say that was a super team. I will not say that Clippers team was a super team. Very good team, but not a super team. The Rockets, it was him and Harden. I mean, isn't a super team by the standards of what everybody's saying? Isn't that 3 stars or more? If you say the Rockets was a super team, then you got to say the Lakers are a super team. I don't know, but I don't give you that argument right there. Hawk says that wasn't a super team. Yeah, I'm with you, Hawk. It wasn't a super team. Blake Griffin was overhyped. Yes, overhyped, overrated. DeAndre, what's his name? DeAndre Jordan. That just shows you how much I didn't respect that Clippers team. That Clippers team was not – this Clippers team you'll say is more of a super team than that's a team that, that Lob City team that they had. It was just a real solid team. I mean, your starting shooting guard was 6'4", and JJ Redick. That was not a super team. And then, I mean, you did have, decent guys, Jamal Crawford coming off the bench as a 6th man. So that team was a really good team, but I won't say that team was a super team. Just my opinion. But back to the Suns. So Booker didn't have a good game, but he had 27 points because of the free throws. DeAndre Ayton had a great game. 22 points, 19 rebounds. You can't beat that. That's pretty much what you want out of your big man. And it's shocking that he performed like this because he played 39 minutes. So if he's giving you 39 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You would be you would be thinking like, okay, he plays 39 minutes, he's to a disadvantage because the big man don't play that many minutes. But when you have a Brook Lopez on the floor, you can play a DeAndre Ayton. And me being a big man at heart, I'm just 6'3", but I play in the post. I play the low post ball. So I love the low post scoring. That's where I thrive when I play pickup ball. That's just where I've played my whole life, low post. So I'm glad to see the low post game coming back in the NBA. Now you don't see a lot of, throwing the ball into the, into like the centers and having them make their move, wiggle, hook shot, this, that. You don't see that anymore. But so I appreciated a DeAndre, and I appreciate what Brook Lopez was able to do last night. But 39 minutes, that's unheard of for a center. When was the last time you guys saw a center play 39 minutes, not named Gobert? Gobert has to stay on the floor because he's a defensive player. He's a defensive player of the year. But you don't see centers, pure, legit centers play 39 minutes in a game. So that's amazing. So shouts out to Devin Booker with his 27. Shouts out to DeAndre Ayton with his 22 points and 19 rebounds. And then you look at Chris Paul. He stole the show last night. He was the guy. 32 points. You know what I'm saying? 12 for 19 from the field. He shoots a lot of mid-range jumpers, but he also made some threes. He was 4 for 7 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 9 assists, 32 and 9. If he keeps this pace and if they actually win this series, Chris Paul is the MVP of the finals. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. So they had Harden, they had CP3, Capella, Melo, Eric Gordon, Joe Johnson. It's not a super team to me, man. Like Eric Gordon, man, he stays hurt. He's a good bench player. I don't even trust Eric Gordon as a starter. Capella was solid, but he's not a game changer. He's not even on the. I don't even think Capella is a top 10 center in the NBA right now. He might squeak in at number 10, but that's just how I feel. CP3, Harden, yes. Carmelo, you mean the same Carmelo that played like, 2 or 3 games and then they cut him? And Carmelo was what? He was coming off the bench. So, I don't know. Joe Johnson? Joe Johnson was on the squad? I don't even remember Joe Johnson on the squad. That's how bad it was. It said PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, look, that squad was a really, really good squad. It was a really, really good. It was a solid squad. It was a solid squad. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, if you're saying that team was a super team, you can say the Lakers are a super team with Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder. Those are just all solid guys. Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder are not stars. They're not even star caliber guys. I'm just saying, man. Darius says CP3 really about to get a ring before Melo. That's crazy. That's sad. I saw a rumor that the Lakers are actually looking at Carmelo Anthony this summer. I would have loved for Carmelo Anthony to be on that Lakers squad that we had last year, but that didn't happen. I mean, Carmelo would have been perfect, and he would have won his ring last year, and he would have been happy. It'll be good to get some of these guys some rings. Carmelo definitely deserves a ring. We'll see. I mean, the NBA is changing. There's tons of teams in the NBA that are up and coming. Up and coming teams. Like Carmelo can go back to Denver, and they can win a ring next year. You know what I'm saying? So, Hawk says LG, shocking, right? Yeah, man, it's crazy. But like I said, Carmelo deserves a ring. Bridges had 14 points last night. Solid. But the two guys I want to talk about on the Phoenix Suns bench, the two Cams stepped up big with 10 points apiece. Cameron Payne had 10, and then Cameron Johnson had 10. Cameron Johnson is about to get paid, y'all. I'm telling you, when Cameron Johnson leaves Phoenix, he's going to get paid because he's that typical 3-and-D kind of guy. His defense isn't great, but he has great size. And I think he's going to be a guy that probably gets paid this year. So at the end of the day, everyone can be champions. See, everybody can be champions, but I believe that veterans can definitely put themselves in situations to be champions. I mean, what happened to Chris Paul was dirty. They traded him to OKC. They set him near the rot, and what did he do? I think he's helped that team to a top 4 seed, made the playoffs. Chris Paul is just as legit as it comes when it comes to being a leader. I think that him and John Wall, when John Wall was healthy, were two of the best pure point guards in the league for a while. Prime Melo was better than Prime T-Mac. Oh, man, this is a conversation that I don't think anybody's really ready to talk about. I mean, that I've seen a debate about this this past week. Prime T-Mac, Prime Melo. I got to go with Prime T-Mac. Played in a much tougher era of basketball. Prime T-Mac was nasty. It's just the injuries. So if you factor in the injuries, and I give Carmelo the edge, but Prime T-Mac was something. Prime T-Mac was something. Prime T-Mac took his sorry teams to playoffs and carried those teams. So Melo should definitely go back to Denver, Manny. Point taken, man. Yeah, I think he fits perfectly in Denver. Yeah, T-Mac was better. Yeah, I got T-Mac. T-Mac had a better shot. T-Mac was just a problem. T-Mac can just do more for his team. So, no offense to Carmelo, but Carmelo is not on T-Mac's level. I think it's T-Mac was one of the tougher guys to guard. Kobe would tell you, he was tougher guy to guard. Kobe also struggled with guarding a Carmelo Anthony as well. So both great players, but I'll give the edge to T-Mac. Since I think Reggie and Cam are about to get paid, Schroeder, hey, Dennis Schroeder, man, I wonder how much he gets paid this offseason. He wants $20 million a year. I think he's worth 15, maybe 10 the way that he played in the playoffs. So we'll see. I definitely don't want Dennis Schroeder back unless it's for a discount. If he comes back for 10, even 15, I'll rock with him for 10 or 15. I heard T-Mac was better before the injuries. Yeah, T-Mac was a monster. T-Mac was a monster, man. It's just those injuries that just took him out. T-Mac should have definitely won a ring, but those Houston teams with Yao Ming, it just didn't pan out. I mean, I think there was a time when it was T-Mac and Artest on the same team, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if they ended up being on the same team or not. But yeah, Payne deserves some money. Payne has definitely stepped up his game, but maybe it's a system. You know how some of these guys get paid, they go elsewhere, and then they become who they've always been their entire lives. But Payne has had a great playoff run. Shouts out to Payne. He was annoying when he was playing my squad, but can't be mad. It says, Manny, do you think that LeBron would live up to the hype coming out of high school, or do you think, bro, when LeBron came out of high school, like I'm not a LeBron fan right now, but when LeBron came out of high school, I was a big fan. I was a big fan of LeBron for the first 7 years of his career, and I thought he was the real deal. A lot of people say that LeBron didn't have a good jump shot coming out. I thought LeBron was great coming out, averaged 20 points a game, and what I saw out of LeBron was the playmaking. You don't see young guys come into the league and want to be willing passers. So when I saw that he was a willing passer, I mean, that just sealed it for me. I thought he was worth all the hype. I wish that he went to the Wizards or even the Lakers coming out, but particularly the Wizards because, I think they would have benefited most from a LeBron. But shouts out to Cleveland. They took their guy. But I think it was so much pressure on LeBron being that he played high school ball in Ohio and then being drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was a lot of pressure, but he definitely held his own, man. I was a big LeBron fan. And you said game 7 versus the Pistons game. Okay, you said that game in 07, okay, versus the Pistons game 5 was it? Yeah. He took on that entire squad. Hold on one second. I'll be right back, y'all. But yeah, man, that LeBron game was amazing. Seeing him going against the Pistons, just phenomenal, phenomenal, dominated. And that Pistons team was solid. That Pistons team was scary. You know what I'm saying? And then he also dominated not just the Pistons, but also the Celtics as well. So I remember Payne from his OKC days. He has truly come a long way. Heck, he may be a starting point guard once Chris Paul is done in Phoenix. That's a possibility. I think Chris Paul probably has maybe 2 more seasons in Phoenix or 2 more solid seasons in his career. So yeah, I can definitely see that. I don't know if Payne is a starting caliber point guard, but maybe he is in that Phoenix system. It's all about the system. Payne used to be Westbrook hype man. Yeah, I do remember that. Funny thing is, Payne looks like one of my guys, Danielle, man. So if he's watching Danielle, that's your twin. Cameron Payne is definitely your twin. Says, imagine if LeBron and Gilbert Arenas backcourt. Oh man. Agent Zero was a problem. Hibachi. And I believe one of those years, the Wizards. Get that. You know what I'm saying? Get this cup real quick. But yeah, the Wizards drafted John Wall #1 overall. I believe it was like a few years later. Can't remember what year it was. So just imagine if LeBron was in DC with Gilbert Arenas. That would have been nasty. I think that combination definitely wins a ring. Because Gilbert was a killer. He was a killer. You know what I'm saying? And then like the older that LeBron got and the more experience LeBron got, like in 2007, LeBron became a killer. So that combination definitely would have done some damage. Definitely would have done some damage. So let's look at the Bucks real quick, man. So Giannis comes back, 20 points, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Like, watching the game, it seemed like Giannis didn't do anything. Honestly, watching the game, I'm like, okay, Giannis did nothing. But when you look at the box score, 20 and 17 is as good as it gets. Like, what more did you want Giannis to do? Like, what more could he have done? Just Washington just has bad luck with superstars for some reason. John Wall, RG3, Gilbert Arenas, yeah. But, I mean, when it comes to hockey, Ovechkin's been there. And Ovechkin won that ring. So shouts out to Alex Ovechkin winning that Stanley Cup for that city, because that city needs everything. WNBA, them girls was hooping. They won a ring. In baseball, they won a ring. When it comes to football and basketball, it's a curse that the Washington football team has, or that the Wizards have, that they need to break. The city needs some love. Whew, almost sneezed, but whew, excuse me. Yeah, city definitely needs some love. Yeah, Giannis is still hurt, man. And his presence out there was helpful, but I felt like he could have done more. The free throws wasn't as bad as it usually is. 7 for 12 is not too bad. He only took 11 shots. I think that's what the problem was. Giannis was trying to big body people, and he really couldn't big body people. So, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is from that point of view. But Middleton has been one of the best playoff performers in these playoffs. Shot 12 for 26, 5 for 12 from 3, 7 rebounds, 29 points. That's solid. Like, literally, he held it together. He played 45 minutes. Middleton is the most important player on the Bucks right now. You know what I'm saying? But the guy that disappoints me every single game is Jrue Holiday. 10 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Jrue Holiday, he's looking overrated, man. He's really looking overrated. Darius says, I got the Bucks winning game 2. They have to win game 2. If they don't win game 2, I don't think they have a chance in this series. If Phoenix wins game 2, it might be Bucks in 7. If they have, I don't know, man. They got to win game 2. They just have to. WNBA with the Houston comments. Yeah. WNBA, man, how do y'all feel about the WNBA? Why is it that they don't get the respect that they deserve? Are the games boring? I enjoy WNBA games. I mean, I'm a sports fanatic, but I enjoy WNBA games. I've been watching for a very long time. Tamika Catchings, one of my favorites. Says I would. He says he would have respected KD if he went back home and joined John Wall in 2017. Yeah, but KD wouldn't have won anything. Thank you all. Okay.